me adjust myself on my seat. There we go. Now I'm sitting in real life and in a virtual seat.
Oh, nice.
Inception.
Nice.
Where my hands different. I've never seen my hands this wide before. Actually, yeah, they've never been this wide. This is very weird for me. If I turn into a robot, tell me to reset my voice meter. That's a very common thing that happens when I'm in VR.
I'm using my AT2020 right now. My microphone's shit. The bad.
Dude, I would use my AT2020. It's just that and VR don't like each other very much. And my voice meter banana will freak out and be like, you can't do that. I'm sorry. Like, okay.
Oh.
Jeez.
Yeah, so if I hit the microphone, it's literally an inch from my eyeball. So if I, like, fucking do this, then you know why.
Good job.
Yeah.
At least it sounds professional.
Sure does, but, you know, if I was a dancer or something, you can't use this setup. I'm sitting, so, I mean...
Dance stream?
I mean, I only need, like, $400, and then I can afford legs, then yes.
I was going to put on my legs when I realized one tracker, didn't charge and is dead. So I can't.
Oh, man.
Full body, and I can't cross my legs in virtual reality. I'm
Oh,
doing
no.
it right now, but you can't see it.
Don't worry, these chairs actually force you to put your legs apart.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, dude.
Feel confined.
Of course. Anyway, it's 7 o'clock. Right on the dot. Nice.
It's 7 o'clock? No, it's 12 o'clock.
Oh, well, yeah, you live in a different time zone than me.
No, I'm joking.
Oh.
I'm trying to meme. Right now. It's 12 o'clock. You know that kid meme? Whatever it is?
No,
remember.
I don't.
It's an Overwatch.
I'm a boomer, dude.
It's an Overwatch meme.
I'm a boomer. Oh, shit.
Rebel boomer, dude.
Anyway. Anyway, we'll start. Just to show you real quick, this is the camera, so, like, me clicking this button here.
Mm-hmm.
Shit. It's how I move the camera around, so that's what the stream sees. Hopefully they don't see Minecraft Simulator, but yeah, I don't know. I have to fix my bitrate. I
love Minecraft.
I don't know what's going on. Like, it's pissing me off, man. Like, I don't know if I need a new modem or internet or whatever. It's been happening for the past, like, couple days now. Tried everything.
It didn't look like it was your PC's fault. It looked like an internet issue. Because it was grainy every so often. Now it's not so grainy anymore.
It's definitely a internet issue. Because I'm still getting 700 download, and I can still, like, download and do whatever the hell I want. It's just upload is fucked.
Oh, man. Sucks, dude. Well,
anyway.
Let's just jump into it.
All right, well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to my talk show. I'm your host, Iwan Rebel. This is the Late Night with Rebel. That's me. And here's our guest, Tosha, a.k.a. known as VR Trapman. Welcome to the show. So, tell me a little bit about yourself. For people who don't know who you are, what's the best way to describe yourself?
I am VR Chat's failed trap. No, I'll say it like this, brother. I started doing videos back in December 12th, 2017. That was my debut on YouTube, where I started putting up VR Chat content, mainly the 13th and 14th. And my first videos started picking up a lot of traction, and going into 2018, it just exploded with a wave of popularity and just tons of clicks. And so now I'm a YouTuber with almost 300k subscribers and a Twitch streamer with 30,000 followers, and still yet to be partnered. We're getting there. And since this year, the half of this year, I'd say since July, I've moved fully away from VR Chat content, and I've gone solely into streaming Dead by Daylight on my Twitch, because Twitch is the only thing that makes me money. And then also I've been doing YouTube videos, just Sea of Thieves, Rust. I've been going through different games, you know, just using my talent, because my talent, for those of you who don't know, I do female voices as a guy. I know it sounds very hard to believe with this bass boosted boy, half African, that it would not be possible, right? But it's very much possible if you put in the work and practice. So that's pretty much me. I now stream Dead by Daylight full time on Twitch since July, and I've recently gotten to Rust, and I've just started putting up really newbie streams, like 50 hours in Rust and whatnot. It's been a very fun time, and I'm starting to get into it.
Nice. That was good. That's a good description. You mentioned how you started YouTube
Yeah.
December 12th. That's well, I started playing December 10th, and I was in
Mm-hmm.
like what your first or second video. I forget which one it was. But yeah, we met each other. We
You were
crossed
in my
paths.
third video, I
Our third.
believe. Mm-hmm.
So we crossed
Mm-hmm.
paths back in the day, and used to be
Yeah.
just a little Kana, and you're like, oh hey, or whatever the hell. I can't do it. Like, you know what I mean? Fucking whatever it
We were
was.
just desktop babies, dude. We were
Yeah,
desktop
dude.
bambinos.
Yeah,
It was amazing. It was
exactly.
VR chat back in late December to early January. It was just desktop boys, and then we all
Yeah,
grew up.
yeah,
We grew hands, and we stopped being disabled.
yeah. And then I became a waifu. Story of my life.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Story of my life. Yep.
Exactly.
Can relate.
Mm-hmm. Well, I wanted to ask, how'd you actually get into VR chat? Like initially, like the start, like how did you go? Like I want to play VR
Oh
chat
man.
one day.
There are so many different reasons as to why I watch a lot of YouTube content. Back in early 2017, I had a job as a apprentice bartender, and that was my main job that I did 5 days a week when I wasn't in school and whatnot. And then I dropped out of school shortly after to just do the job full time because it was paying me a little bit more than usual.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm gonna do more bartending, and that's what I'm gonna do. And so I did that. And days would go by where I'd just be working so hard. I come home at around, I don't know, 2 a.m. And I'd just be like, okay, I can't sleep because I've had to drink so much coffee to stay awake to feed all these drunks. So now I have to, I have to now spend my time watching YouTube videos or, just doing something else. So I watched a lot of different YouTube videos. And then randomly as I was browsing, going through all the Jimmy Kimmel, fucking Jimmy Fallon bullshit that you find on the front page, I saw this little video. It was like, Lolly Matt Six something, and it was one of Nag's videos, not one of
Okay.
Nag's third or fourth videos that he put out with Matt Six, who pulled a sniper on him and all that stuff. And I saw that, I was like, wow. And I looked more into it, and I was like, oh, this is pretty funny. I like the social interaction and whatnot. And so I saw the game was free, and I was like, okay, I'll just download this. I downloaded it on the 10th, and I was like, okay, I'll just leave it. I'll see what I make of it later. And then as a few days went by from that, I'd say 2 days after, I was like, okay, I am so bored with my job right now. Like, I have nothing else to do. All I'm doing is going to work, clocking in, clocking out. I want to do something else. So I decided, I'm going to make a video. And one of my favorite YouTubers, named Azers, he does a lot of different voice impressions. He's one of my biggest inspirations. Told me, well, not told me, but like, he's just like, he put out a video saying stuff like, just do what you want to do. Don't be shy about it. And just, if you like doing voice impressions, sure, do voice impressions. Just realize it's a lot of work. And I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to do this. So I decided to do voice impressions, but I didn't want to copy him. It was just kind of like thing like, I don't want to copy doing Herbert the Pervert, doing all these different like Peter Griffin impressions.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. I want to be different from him. And how do I differentiate myself from a great content creator with like 3 million subscribers? Or however many he has right now. But like, I decided to do female content, female voices. And I was like, okay, this is ridiculous and very hard to do. But I decided, you know what? Female voices is the way. I'm going to learn how to be a female and try to do female impressions of celebrities. I threw the impressions out the window. I was just like, okay, I'm just going to learn a voice. I'm going to start from ground zero and learn. And so I spent time perfecting a lolly voice, as people called it, for about 3 months. It was pretty shit, and I was really bad at it. And then as time went by and I was creating content around this time, people gradually saw that it was, hey, it's not bad. You have a really good voice and vocal range to do this type of stuff. So I started putting out lolly content, and that progressed. And then there was this huge boom around late December where I got something around 45,000 subscribers from, that was in, how long? That was 3 weeks. It didn't take long, and it ended the 1st of January, or the first month of January. I kept growing and growing and growing. I didn't know how to keep up. This time, I'm still working at my job, still finding time to make these really shittily thrown together videos in Filmora and whatnot. I had a cracked version of Filmora. That was how I edited, because
Nice.
I couldn't put anything else on my computer because my computer was absolute garbage at the time. I think I had a 660 with an i4, i5. I don't know. It was absolute garbage. It ran so slow, but I was able to make content, so that's what I did. Yeah, that's that's how I got really into it. I just watched a lot of VRChat content. I was inspired by Azer's. But I want to do this. I want to do female voice acting content, but as a guy, because it's something it's something you don't see on YouTube too often. I know there's a bunch of other people who have done it before me, but it wasn't as capitalized as it was when I started doing it in VRChat, because VRChat was beginning to be very popular around late December, January, February, and March. It was very, very, very popular, and so it was a very popular keyword, and that's how people found my content and learned all about me. Someone said something along the lines of, "You've copied this such and such a YouTuber," which I be honest, I don't see a lot of trap YouTubers on YouTube. And then there's me who just capitalized it, ran with it, and now we are here where we are today. Just They used to call me the king of VRChat trap content, and now I'm just moved away. So I think the new king is Fizzy. Fizzy
For
is the
trap.
new king of trap. Yeah,
I mean,
for trap, yeah.
Doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose though? You have like trap in your name though. It's kind of like, oh, okay, I get this is saying. You know what I mean? Like if you were to trap somebody and they saw your name and just said trap, and then I'd be like, oh, okay, I get it. But if the idea is to trick the guy.
Yeah, the whole idea is to trick the guy, but that's why I created my in-game name in VRChat. Funny enough,
Tosha.
Where my name, it's Tosha now. It was Tosha since the beginning.
Oops.
And the reason and how I came up with the name is quite funny. It's actually not funny at all. It came from Roblox, because my name on Roblox is Healthy Macintosh.
Oh, yeah.
And so I took the last 4 letters from Healthy Macintosh, which is Tosh, and I just added an A to it. It was the silliest thing, and that was my VRChat name going forward. And that, I didn't realize, was, funny enough, a Russian boy name. That sounds like a girl name. And so I used that name to trap in VRChat, and people were not as suspecting. They're like, oh, your name is Trapman. It's obviously a trap. Oh, I'm not going to fall for your bait. And so with that name, Tosha, it was way easier to, trap people and, get funny reactions and whatnot. And I usually, in the very, very early beginning stages, I always ask for permission before I upload, just like make sure the guy was just like not embarrassed or whatnot. And usually with people, they have a good time. It's just like, I don't care. Put me on YouTube. I want to see myself look like a dumbass. I'm like, okay, I'll do that. And we'll have a good laugh afterwards. So that's why my name is Tosha and not Trapman, so it's not too obvious with people going in. Like for my stream and whatnot, it's via Trapman. I'm hoping to change the name to just Trapman, but people coming in are going to know all about my content to begin with, or if they're new, then I'll just tell them. I'm not trying to like trap the entire chat. All I'm doing is just trying to, just trap in the game. I'm having fun with them, messing with them, and it just provides a sense of content. That's what my main viewers on YouTube wanted. And then when I moved to Twitch full time, I've been doing so much Twitch, because Twitch is the only source of revenue that I get, up until last month, where I finally got monetized on YouTube. So
hell
I can
yeah!
get paid for my YouTube videos starting now. Still haven't hit that $100 threshold, but we're getting there. We'll get there eventually.
I know about that life. I used to be a YouTuber many years ago, like way before VRChat was even a thing. I started my YouTube channel in 2012. I was inspired by like the people at the time, which is Machinima. Machinima's dead now, but I was inspired by like, like Gassy Mexican, C Nanners, Hutch, like the Machinima Respawn boys. They're really funny. They're all streamers now, which is funny now. But anyway, at the time, I was inspired by them to make videos, and I made Gary's Mod videos. I made Trouble in Terroristan. That was what I was most known for. I tried to be a Let's Play at the same time by just playing like random whatever games, just like single player start to finish, but nobody cared. Like I would get 2 views on like a Let's Play video, but when I played Trouble in Terroristan, I would get like 400, 1,000, 2,000 views on a video. I was like, holy shit. So I was like, I need to keep playing Trouble in Terroristan. The problem was like I wasn't funny. I have a really dry, voice, very monotone, just deep man voice, but like for me, people watched because I was really good at the game. I was really good at killing people. So like I would trick people and lie and deceit, and I would end up like people would find out like, oh, Rebel's a traitor, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like I just tell them like, I'm a traitor, just try and kill me, dude. And they couldn't kill me. A lot of people thought I was like aimbotting or something. I would just go on these massive killing sprees. And I remember from one server, I actually got banned. They said aimbot was the permanent ban reason, aimbot. It's because I was running around with the deagle and I was just one shot.
Oh my
They're just
goodness.
like, dude, you're aimbotting. I was like, no, I'm not. This game, because in Gary, for those people who don't know, Garry's Mod's a really old game, and Trouble in Terrorist said it doesn't have a recoil system really. So like when you shoot and run, you don't actually, there's no recoil on the gun for whatever reason. It's like
Yeah.
it's kind of like Halo, where like you just keep running and shooting, and the deagle is a one-shot headshot, so you just run around and just point the gun at people's heads and it kills them instantly. But now, if you miss, then yeah, they'll know that you're trying to kill them. So yeah, I got really good, and that's what I did for several years. But the problem was I just got burnt out because I imagine playing the same game every day, and you actually had to get good footage. I never uploaded shit footage where I got 2 kills and that was it. I had to get like 10, 12 kills. I had
So
to
relatable.
I had to get really good footage, even if like so people watching, they're like, oh, I really, because I started doing series. I started doing like Trader Tuesdays or whatever. It's only trader footage. There was no innocent or detective footage. It was just straight up only trader footage. It's just me going on killing sprees for 12 minutes and just making fun of people as they couldn't kill me. And then I tried to do like trolling videos and Trouble in Terrorist, and it didn't work out too well because people didn't like me how I was like RDM. I would just pick up a barrel and slap people with it and be like, what the fuck, you're RDMing? Fuck you, dude. I'm gonna get you banned. I don't know. It's whatever. And then I did get partnered with Fullscreen Incorporated for a while, and I did make in total probably like $400 in like 5 years. Just like nothing, dude.
That's money, dude.
Sure,
That's some money.
you know what I spent of all that
At least
money?
you got paid. I don't know.
I bought
What'd you
I
do?
bought some Steam games, and the only other thing I ever purchased was the chair that I still sit my ass on, which is the DX Racer Drifting Series. That's the 2 things I bought.
That's a good investment right
So,
there.
I
That's
mean,
a good investment.
here's the thing though, it's falling apart. It has like fucking all the leather on the bottom's like fucking
But
ripped
how
off.
long has that shit lasted you?
Like 5
I say
years.
good investment. I say good investment.
I mean, it's good for my back 'cause I have a bad back, so that's what I did. And then I entered college 2015, September of 2015. So I just I didn't really make YouTube videos anymore because I was just too busy with college. I thought I could manage the both. I was like, because I'd made YouTube videos when I was in high school. I was like, Kiki XD, you know, I can do both. But in college, I couldn't. It was just one or the other. I could not make videos, record, and then do my college projects because college is a little more important than making little dinky videos. So I quit YouTube for a long time until 2017 December. It's when I saw VR chat and I saw on live stream fails and I saw some YouTube compilation videos of streamers playing it. And I was just like, what the hell is this game? What is VR chat? And I found out because I thought you had to have VR to play it, and I was like, no, you can just play in desktop mode. So I was like, cool, I'll play this game for free, and hopped on, and that's how I found out about this game. And I was recording everything I did, but I never published it. I still have the same footage that I have 2 years later. I've like never uploaded it. I literally have like 300 hours plus of raw footage. Each recording is 6 hours long. And I never uploaded.
Get a fucking nostalgic video going.
I tried to a few
Just throw
times.
together the funniest moments from that. Yeah.
I could.
Editing not working out for you.
It's just. I mean, it's just
It
like.
would be a long process.
Yeah, it's because I have to sit there and watch for 6 hours, and I just can't push myself to do it. Rather just stream. So by the end of, I started streaming December 22nd of 2017, so just over 2 years now, and that's when I started streaming. And I started streaming because I was part of Team 5, and bunch of streamers at the time, like small ones, big ones, large ones, whatever, they told me, dude, you need to start streaming instead of doing YouTube. And I was like, why? They're like, well, YouTube shit, dude, you're not gonna make any money, and doing streaming is a lot better, and you just click start streaming and then you end the stream. That's all you do. You don't have to sit there, record, edit, make thumbnails. You don't have to do all that bullshit. You just hit record, end record, that, or end stream, and start stream to end stream. That's it. I was like, okay, so that's why I've been streaming for 2 years. Now, granted, I should do YouTube, right? I should do it on the side at least, or like make videos once in a while. I just can't pull myself to do it. I don't fucking know, dude. I used to make literally, I made over 1,300 videos when I was originally a YouTuber 5 years ago. But but they're shitty. Like they're not like super edited. They're just like highlights and shit. Kind of easy
Yeah,
content.
same here.
So
Yep.
me
Easy content.
So maybe I will. I don't know. Like the footage is old. I just think it's dated. Like I don't. Maybe it doesn't matter, right? Because it's just funny moments, right? Who gives a shit if it's 5 years old or 10 years old, as long as it's funny. There's definitely some funny shit because a lot of it is Publix, like public worlds.
Yeah.
So a lot of
Publix
it.
back in the old days.
So a lot of it is like
Wholesome moments in
random
Publix.
Batman, random people just being stupid, and like it's just it's just the process of sitting there for 6 hours. Literally each recording is 6 hours long, and there are definitely some points in time where it's just like me talking to somebody and it just a normal conversation about like anime or whatever the fuck we were talking about. So
hey.
it'd just be a chore for me to do it, but
So
I need to.
streaming,
Yeah.
and that's good. Like I first didn't hop on the streaming train because I was just I was a YouTuber and I couldn't stream mainly due to the fact that I was in Africa and Africa has 10 upload speed, 10 megabits, and 10 everything. It's basically 10 is the cap. That's the max cap you can get at the moment. Even with fiber. Fiber's awful. Like it's just so janky. So I couldn't stream until I moved to America. Now I'm in America and like I can stream now, and it's been very, very, very helpful having that extra source of income, because having a YouTube channel, a dead YouTube channel, which regrettably, unfortunately for me, it's dead, but I had no choice. If I can't make money from making YouTube videos that I spend 8 hours into, it's not worth it where I can be on stream and get paid out every 30 days.
Exactly.
And that's something that's more, I'd say, that's the right choice. Like it's a tough choice. Like you don't want to abandon your audience, and you will die if you leave them for too long. But I just you have to make the call. Like what's the smart decision? For me, it was doing Twitch. And then when Twitch started slowing down, and I stopped doing VR chat content. Now I'm a full-time DVD streamer, so it doesn't give me a lot of views and whatnot. I decided, I'll join the Coast Guard, and so I'm right now. My MEPS is tomorrow, on the 30th. I go in and get a finger up my butt,
nice.
And then I get processed and whatnot, and I pledge myself in and all that, and then my recruiting, not my recruiter date, but my basic date is way ahead next year, because I first have to have an American driving license. That's the first thing I have to have, and then I can ship off to basic, which will be 2 months, but not right now. But I just need that extra money, that's extra skill, because right now my schedule is absolute garbage. Like I sleep at really bad times. I eat at really bad times. I don't talk to my brother too much. I know I should. It's just I focus so much on me and my channel. It's just like sometimes I forget that I've spent 4 hours glaring at a screen watching YouTube when I could have been, editing. It's bad.
Same.
So I think, the military way is going to knock me into shape, and that is going to teach me how to, just be productive and not waste my time too much on, YouTube and all that sort of thing. That's just holding me back from unleashing my ultimate power.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I mean, like, I could.
Yeah.
You know what? You know what I'll do? After stream every day, I'll sit down and, like, look at my old footage and try and make a video out of it. How about that? I don't do anything after stream. I literally just watch streams or, like, watch Netflix or some shit for a few hours and just do whatever. The other thing I haven't done yet is every single one of these interviews I've done 77, you're the 78th. I kept count. I never uploaded like any of them to YouTube. I'm just really lazy. They're all highlighted on my channel. I record every single one of them. I'm just really lazy. And I need to just do it.
I mean, if you could just upload the entire VOD, I mean, that's not much work. It's just rendering
I tried to do it like at one point, and it kept failing, so I got pissed off, and so I started local recording everything, so it just saves to my computer, and then I just upload it that way. It's a little bit time consuming, but I'll figure it out. I do highlight every single one of these interviews. They're permanently on my channel. They're all each like an hour long. I'm trying to export them. It just keeps failing, so I don't know what the fuck's going on there. I don't know. I'll figure it out. But yeah, I need to export them all to YouTube, and then I guess I'll start looking at my old footage because, to be fair, like what I do for the past 2 years, I've changed up my content a lot. I used to be Kenny Keiko. I used to be a different dude. I used to be a pimp. I used to do all these wonderful things. And nowadays, what I do is I run an interview show. And when I'm not doing that, I just talk to my chat, and that's about it. I don't really explore. I mean, I hang out like Nickel Nights and stuff, but that's like the once a week thing. And I don't stream that either, so.
Mm-hmm. Neko Nights. Yeah, what I would give to be re-invited there again.
I mean,
except I can't drink, so I can't really join it on the fun. So it's there's really no point in me going if I can't, like, party with the party animals,
True.
I feel, left out.
I mean, you don't have to drink. I mean, yeah, drinking does make it more fun.
I mean, it's a party, and I feel like I'd be a party pooper. I'm just not, participating in the shots,
True.
That'd be awful.
Some people haven't drank there in like a month, though. So you're not the only one who doesn't drink.
That's good. That's a good start, though. Like, a lot of my friends are like, I read their Twitters, and they're just like, dude, I need to stop drinking. And it's like, then stop! It's just like,
exactly.
But I can't. I'm like, then you need to go on, like, a program or something to get you
VR
off
chat
alcohol.
and alcoholism, dude. Name a better duo. Actually, there is VR chat. Trusted user, and Mir. It's a pretty good duo. Yeah.
Trusted user within 1 day. 1 day.
One day.
Trusted user.
Yeah.
Can take you 1 day.
Yeah, the system's pretty
Wasn't there a
flawed.
security update for VR chat like a couple days ago?
Yeah,
like
and it broke everything.
I'm hopeful. I believe in these. I believe in the devs. I believe that eventually we will get the updates the game needs.
Unity
I say
2018?
we, though I don't really play this game too much. Yeah, dude.
Do you...
the security in this game is it's a joke. Like,
Here's a question. Do you think I'm crazy because I play this game and stream it every day for 2 years? Over 2 years now?
No. Not really. I don't really care if you want to stream this and that's your content. Then go for it.
I mean, obviously, I don't go to Publix or do any of that stuff anymore. I literally just do this show and then talk to my chat, and that's about it. People seem to enjoy it, though.
It's your content.
True.
Yeah, I mean, if there are people in chat interacting with you and enjoying your content, sure, do it. Go for it. It's funny because people now are trying to get in VR chat streaming and doing the whole, talking to chat with your titty model and whatnot, and adjusting camera to different angles to get my good side, whatnot. That's harder to do now. It's extremely hard to get into VR chat streaming now. It was way easier back in the day. I can tell you that much. Like, back in the day, it was so much easier getting, viewers and whatnot as soon as you start that VR chat stream, because everybody's like, Tosha's on! Oh my god, Titty! What are you gonna do today? You gonna trap live and be like, yeah, do that. And now, my last VR chat stream that I had, I went around, did a couple things. I tried trapping people, and it's just, when you go to Publix now, it's either you'll get the casual person that comes up to you and just screams the N-word, or a person like you try and trap and they'll just scream the F-word. And you'd be like, I'm just trying to meme, man. I'm just trying to make you laugh. Just like, well, you're not funny. And you're like, you just leave the world because it's such a toxic environment. Then the doxers in this game, holy shit. I will say this directly to the camera. Guys, you cannot play VR chat and enter a public world without a VPN. I am saying this right now. There are really bad script kiddies in this game that will literally think they're top shit. They're fucking garbage. They know nothing about scripting and hacking. They just have a client that can read your IP, some even advanced enough to get through your VPN, and track you all the way back. Like, there's some scary shit on here. So don't take the risk. Use a VPN. Be safe, because public worlds, at the moment, the devs, they're not fixing it, and I don't think it's going to be fixed for a while, because custom clients have always been an issue, and despite people like, Dot and Modix trying to, fix that shit and ask the devs and show them the way, devs banned them. So it's like, we're getting there slowly but surely. We're trying to show the devs how these clients work and whatnot. It's scary stuff, but eventually we'll have the security update we need. But for now, use a VPN. Use a VPN. Be safe.
Yeah, I know all about that life. I do feel that a lot of people who, like you said, like you go to Publix to try and trap people because obviously you can't really trap your friends anymore because
Mm-hmm.
they already know what you're gonna do.
Yeah.
I feel like anybody who relies on like public people interactions is like they all got fucked over. Honestly, it's just the community now. It's just same
Yeah.
thing with
I don't think it's. I wouldn't say it's like the community of VR chat because community of VR chat can be very wholesome. It's just there's different cliques now, and a lot of the cliques, I would say 60% of the cliques now in public are very toxic individuals. People like if you're not in their clique and you're not cool with them, you're gonna be labeled COS, crash on site.
Yeah.
And then, you'll be with a tag on your fucking avatar for the rest of all eternity. And you're going to, people that, don't like you are going to see the crash tag and be like, oh, goodbye, idiot. Whatnot.
Exactly.
Just blast your ears, fucking, Unity packages and all that BS. But, geez, dude, it's like, it's not like community can be very wholesome and whatnot. And it's not, and back in the day, it was very compact. Now we've expanded, and a lot of the old people have left to do their own thing and start their own Twitch careers, and they have their own Twitch cliques and whatnot. It's just different friend groups. And what I like about the Bagel Bash, Lil Bagel started his event. He does now with a lot of the devs, a lot of the different people in the community, a lot of musicians, and he gets them all in a room together. And the thing is, it's an open world. You just get the link from his Discord, and you can join, like anybody. It doesn't matter. It's just like, because if you're not going to be wholesome and whatnot, and you're a toxic individual, you'll be banned because the devs are there and whatnot. It's a very lovely, lovely event, and so you just get those little pockets of positivity, and just the more pockets of positivity we keep throwing out and publishing and streaming and whatnot, the better it's going to be. It's just, if we fear the public system and whatnot, and we fear all these people with their crash clients, shit's going to be, it's going to keep getting worse and worse. We just have to keep thinking positively, trying to bring people to the light, bring them in. Positive energy. Smoke weed. Okay, just chill.
Well, when Unity 2018 comes out, which would be in a couple weeks now, hopefully, about like people argue about 80% of the clients are gonna immediately stop working. Anyone who uses a modified client because they're not using because you have to upgrade to the 2018 engine, right? So old clients aren't gonna work.
Yeah.
And there's new security systems and stuff like that. It's not gonna stop 100% of all crashers. There's no way. Like it doesn't matter what game you have. There's always gonna be crashers and whatever. But anyway, I think when Unity 2018 comes out and Udon gets more published or whatever you want to call it, more pushed out, I do think that it would stop a lot of people and a lot of crashers and all that stuff, and maybe Publix will be somewhat decent again. I think it really depends on the worlds you go to. If you go to like the Void Club, I think that's a cesspool world. If you go to like the Black Cat, Great Pug, places like that, they're usually fine. Like Free Box has always been a cesspool too. But if you go to like certain worlds, if you go to like Japan Shrine, I've never crashed in Japan Shrine. Every time I go there, it's just like I can't speak Japanese or Korean or Chinese, so I can't really communicate with them. But I know that like I've never crashed in that world, and I've always had a pretty good time. I can't communicate with them because of the language barrier. But it really depends.
Wholesome Japanese moments that I don't understand.
Yeah, of course. So like they go up to me, they're like, "You American? Hello? You fat?"
I'm at hamburger country.
Yeah, hamburger country. I'm like, yes, I understand. Hamburger, McDonald's.
Man.
But yeah, I think when Unity 2018 will come out, I think it will change. Hopefully.
That's good.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Like we say, we're hopeful. We don't know. We're not saying it's written in stone, but we're hopeful.
Yeah, we're hopeful. I
still enjoy playing VR Chat.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that I don't stream it or upload it much anymore. I upload shit posts because, this game is still very fun to, just like make skits and whatnot. I'll do that. But like, it's still very fun to, play and interact with your friends, have a good time. And that's what it became for me. I would say it became for majority of everybody now plays most off stream. Like, it became just a place to reunite with your friends, have a good night, and then head off to bed or head off to a virtual bed and, just,
Yes. I don't know what that means. I'm 12.
It's like, I still enjoy it. Like, yeah. Best chat doesn't know. Shh.
They're wholesome. Trust me. But, yeah.
Yes, good. Stay wholesome.
I think we'll move on to another topic, but yeah, I'm hopeful. Anyway, so how did you decide about your mascot? Like, obviously you played as like the Kana first. Like, why the Kana now? Obviously the adult version of it. Like, how did that go about?
The adult version.
Well, I'm talking about the whole
Let's
process of like how you started off as like the Kana, and then you're
how I started as Kana. It's so okay. First world I joined was the new hub, the new old hub as
yeah
they call it. I
the
don't
old
remember what
hub,
they
yeah.
called it, but the old hub. It's not the old
The
hub, but the
28
old hub. And then the
18
first world yeah, the first world I joined from that was Trapman's Avatars, and Trapman's
Oh yeah.
Avatars has a Kana model. And that was the one I chose. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna be a little girl because that's my voice. Little girl, aka 200-year-old lolly. Okay.
5,000. Yeah.
And then yeah, and then I just that was the character and whatnot. And at the time, like I based my entire channel around Kana and whatnot. Like, oh, she's a trap icon now. Haha, I made it a thing. And then over time, like I would get emails and just warnings from people. Are just like, you can't use this as your mascot. Why? Because it's not yours. And if you keep publicizing and try and make fan art, yeah, it's called your art. It's not going to be, you're going to have legal actions taken against you. I'm just like, okay, you know what? Let's move on from the Kana stuff. And so I asked one of my Avatar friends, is like, look, I'll commission you. Can you make something different? And this is what he made. So I have a wolf avatar, has the tail and whatnot, and then I have this human avatar, but something that's based around this. I had to change the whole appearance because, I don't want to get sued by Japanese companies that are just money hungry. So it was the smart choice. So I moved away from the whole Kana thing to this, and now this I use Suva every so often on my stream, and this is the avatar I use. This is what I associate my female voice with, or just multiple different female voices to begin with, or I'll just not even use Suva and I'll just talk, whilst playing the game that I play. Like I wouldn't say it's just like some people when I started my Minecraft series, they'd say, "Oh, you're doing the whole split personality thing. It's great," and that worked out for a while. That was a very popular term for me, was doing the whole your schizophrenic act. You're talking to yourself with different people and whatnot and having conversations. Yeah. I have a very funny Sea of Thieves bit on that, and that was very very cool. But yeah, that's how it started for me. I really just
holy shit,
in that world.
You went robot. Holy fuck. Oh my god. You're right. I'm scared.
This is something that I have to do every so often in my stream. I have to reset my audio cable. I know what it is. It's Chrome. But I keep Chrome open because chat and stream and whatnot and a bunch of other tabs, and I don't want to close it. I would close it, but I don't want to. So apologies on that end, but that's just something that randomly happens in my stream. I have a robot command, so when everybody just spams robot, it just puts emotes in that chat that just says, you're trying to do a robot. Freak out. Great time. Fun time. Yeah.
Interesting. Sounds like my issues. Yours is a lot more extreme than mine. Just like my mod mic just buzzes all the time, so now I'm using my studio mic like I said, which is clear and 7 years old. It still works perfectly fine. Like, what the fuck?
2020.
Yeah, dude, classic. Hey, give me that sponsorship money. Hey, give me that sponsorship money. I'm telling you, 7 years, guys.
Good stuff.
It's good shit. It's just that when you're in VR, you can't exactly like make it portable, you know?
No. I could switch to my mic right now and just face my desk.
Yeah, exactly. It's only good, I guess, if I'm like talking to my chat or whatever. But if I'm just like trying to like be a dancer or something, or like run around and RP and slap things and turn myself around in real life, it's not gonna work. Obviously.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Anyway.
My mic is pretty nice. I like mine.
Yeah. I need to figure out what's the deal with my mod mic. I'm trying to buy another sound card. Like it's a $10 one, so we'll see.
Okay.
Anyway, we were talking about your mascot. So yeah, I guess for me, I didn't really run into like legal issues, but I definitely knew in the future that I was gonna run into legal issues because obviously I played as Kenny from Telltale's The Walking Dead, and even if the game company was like down under and they're bankrupt as fuck, they still could technically own the characters, so like I can't just like make my whole brand. Anytime that someone drew fan art of me, it was literally just Kenny from the but like the only difference was like what I was saying in the comics. They're like goddamn weeaboos and stuff like that, and Kenny from the game never talks like that. So very within about 4 or 5 months, I started to I found a friend. Loathon was the one to help me, but he was too busy, so I had Kier and a couple other people help me out. But they made a version that wasn't copyright. It was just like a very like 3D looking head. It was kind of weird looking, but at least it was like copyright free. And then I hired Junomu to make my Kenny model, the male one. It was like just like an anime guy with a beard, where I had blue eyes, and that's the one that everyone knows me from, the one with the suit and the pimp version.
Very nice.
They're very nice. So yeah, then I used that one for a while. That one's copyright free. I own it and everything. But I don't know. Just after a year and a half of playing the exact same character every day, doing an accent for 10 hours a day, it just got boring. I just couldn't do it anymore. It's just boring. So I was just like, I could either make another male character or a female character, and I was just like, And the like when I try to get like artists to do art commissions, emotes, outfits, anything at all, they're just like, oh, I want to do women, I want to do females, I don't do guys, I can't draw your beard, I just, if I draw men, they look weird, and I'm just like, oh, god damn it. So I was just like, I can either have a nice hot girl or I can have another dude, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll just play a girl character, and so that's where it came from. Yeah,
that's how we do it. Advertising.
Yeah.
Advertising.
And then I was just like, you know, I could just make like a cute girl and call it a day, but decided to go with like a more like mature looking, like badass looking. I got like a lot of different ideas, but I was trying to go for like a Lara Croft where she's like, that's hot, like, oh, she's hot, but she also could kick my ass type of deal. That's what I was trying to go for. So, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's why I made her. That's why the first outfit's like a biker outfit, and this one's for RP. Yeah. I'm a mechanic, believe it or not.
RP.
Yeah, roleplay. I play Callus Row every Friday night. We do Callus Row. It's a roleplay that has. 2 weeks ago, we had 67 people in one world, which is crazy by VRChat standard. I think we broke our world record, or record for VRChat at least. And everyone was role playing.
Wow.
Yeah.
67. Insane.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's nutty.
I would get into roleplay. I'm a bad actor unless it's down to being a female and just every now and then pausing to like collect my thoughts. That's why I like recording, like reactions and whatnot, because it's easy for me to gather my thoughts. Where on stream, like having to think how to be entertaining and at the same time re-chat and all that shenanigans, also while trying to trap somebody. So I would have to gather my thoughts, think about how to approach the person. Do they know? Do they not know? And then I go from there, and it was easy cutting that all down footage-wise. So that's at least how I did it. But roleplay for me was just I used to do a bit of D&D, but like that was.
I never did D&D.
It wasn't really roleplay.
Everything. Well, I think RP for me worked well because I played a character for a year and a half. I'm not even American. I'm actually Canadian. Like I put on an accent and everything, and like made this whole like what do you call it, like backstory for Kenny, like why he hates traps and lollies and furries and all this shit or whatever. Like if I could pull that off for a year and a half, I could role play in a world. So I just made. I already had this character made before the role play was even around, and I was just like, I'm just gonna make her a mechanic and she's gonna fix cars, and I didn't have to do a voice or anything. I just made it like a bullshit reason, like why I sound like a man instead of a woman. And just nobody questions it in the role play.
You see, Sonny, when I was under the car of that hitchback, it squirted me for a while, and it loosened up my vocal cords, and then some gravel fell out as well, and it gave me a gravelly voice, and that's why I sound like this.
Oh, I made my character allergic to magic.
Great.
Magic is like a big part of the role play, and so I just made my character have like a throat infection, so like her voice sounds deeper than normal. It's all fucked up. And why I whisper at night is because my voice is fucked, so it's pretty easy.
Yeah, because your dad's sleeping.
Yeah. So everyone in the in role play and out of role play knows like what I have to deal with, and they just go with it. They're just like, okay, they're not gonna like be like, why is that person whispering? I don't understand. Like everyone understands why I have to do it, so yeah, it's fun. I mean, it's something to do, right? I for me, roleplay is just
Yeah.
a side thing. It's not like gonna be a main thing. I just do it because like me doing interviews every day is kind of like draining and mentally, and like if I just goof off, like the roleplay, most of it is improv, so I just like talk to people and like scheme and try and do things and steal and murder
Mm-hmm.
people, and it's fun for me. I don't know. I just think roleplay is fun because it's just I make a character, here's my
Mm.
weaknesses, here's my strength, here's the city, interact with people. And I just treat it like GTA RP,
Mm.
you know, where like everyone's has their own characters and gangs, and you just I don't know, interact with people and stuff.
That's a good way to spend your free time. For me, I edit. I either edit or watch Netflix or YouTube, and that's how I
Yeah.
spend my free time. I know I should probably be more productive and just watch less YouTube, but man, there's some good stuff on Netflix now. Have you seen Lost in Space? Oh, dude, that's a great family show. Oh, I loved it. Loved it. It's amazing.
There's
It's still continuing.
what's Witcher, man. Witcher on Netflix, bro.
Yep, The Witcher came out. Yeah, I finished that.
I was
Oh,
like,
it's everything.
yeah, I was like, oh, that's Superman,
good.
dude. Superman's the Witcher, dude.
That was my first reaction. I was like, "What? Why the fuck is Superman the Witcher?" It just doesn't feel like he would fit that role.
Yeah.
He's so fucking bulky, and he has such a fat head. No offense, but like the Witcher's head is not that fat.
He's just a big boy, dude. He's just like,
But you know, he's a
Don't
big,
touch
he's a
ropes.
big boy, and he actually
Don't
pulled
touch
off the
my
voice
horse.
really well. I
I don't know. He sounds pissed off. He's like, don't touch my horse. Fuck you, dude.
Fuck.
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 Damn it.
So much fuck.
There's a world for roleplay. I'll explain it. It's run by Arcadum. Arcadum is a role-playing expert. His real-life job, at least what he told me, is that he is a what do you call it, GM for roleplay, like or for D&D. That's his actual job.
Mhm.
Like he actually,
It's a game mod, yeah.
yeah. So that's his actual career, and then he streams for fun, and he he's been playing VR chat as long as I have, 2 years, and he's always wanted to have a role play in VR chat, like a proper, not just like you go to the courtroom and you fuck around, like not shit, like actual setup shit. So last year we did Forbidden Knowledge. It was like kind of like evil Hogwarts or some shit, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's like demons and shit. And I was a part of it. I played as a middle-aged detective, which makes no fucking sense because everyone else is like 15 in their role play, but I'm like a middle-aged man. But whatever, dude. Who cares? So that was last year's role play, and then he decided he wanted to make another one. He told me 1 year ago, he's like, I'm planning another role play. Are you interested? And I said yes. So it's called Callous Row, and that's what we've been doing for 2 months now, where it's a city built from the ground up.
That's great.
Everybody has their own shop. Everyone has their own place, like their own house. Like it's literally a city built literally for that role play. It's not public. You have to be in the role play. You can't just waltz in all willy nilly. You have to be in the Discord. You have to be screened. You have to write a whole character sheet and all this shit before you're even allowed to get in. So it's a very lengthy process. It's kind of like best way to describe it is just Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk GTA is the best way to describe it.
Wow. That's something I would want to get into if I have the time, but unfortunately for me, I don't.
The only other role play that I see that's really massive right now is Ascension Academy. That's the one run by Chips, where it's literally Hogwarts. So,
Yep.
that one.
I've been tuning in and out of that every so often. I enjoy seeing a bit of RP and watch professionals, you know, just take a punch at, you know, being their character and whatnot. There's some really good character development. A lot of people actually, when they started streaming VR chat for the first time, they started with that RP, and they've based around stream with their character and whatnot, and they've really grown from it, which I was shocked at first. I was like, wow, the RPers, they're making a comeback and whatnot, and you know, eventually it started to get quiet again and whatnot, but still those people, they're reaching their average and could get partner if they wanted to.
Yeah, there's
that's
definitely
really cool to
there's
see.
definitely some people that have been role playing like prior to Ascension Academy, and like they'd only get like a couple views, and that was about it. But like because of Ascension Academy, they would get like a lot more viewers because people are tuning in and watching. Because it's like an anime. That's what a lot of people treat like Cal's Road too. They're like, oh, dude, every Friday at 9 p.m., dude, we gotta tune in. It's like an anime, bro. And so for Ascension Academy, I think it's like 3 times a week. I'm not a part of Ascension Academy. I could have. I just don't have the time. That's 3 times a week. Like I have to like dedicate hours to. So I just didn't want to do it. Cal's Road once a week. That's good enough for me. And yeah, that's like I would say Calistro and Ascension Academy both are actually helped, and like not all of it, but a good portion of it is helped by Arcadum. So like I guess without Arcadum and a few other big key players like Chips and Karita and a few people are working on the maps and Kier and all them, this RPs probably wouldn't have never happened. So,
yeah,
a
lot of dedication.
Exactly.
Something I could never rate.
The point.
Something I couldn't work a device. I don't say that much.
The whole point I'm bringing that up is because it only takes one person to actually do something in VR chat to make like really good RP or content or whatever you want to call it. It only takes one person to be that leader type, and Arcadum is one of those people, and he really pushed for RP in VR chat. If he wasn't there, these RPs probably wouldn't be as good or even existing. So what I'm trying to say here, guys, ladies and gentlemen, like out there in the viewers, if you want to make something in VR chat, go for it. Learn how to make maps. Learn how to make models. Get people together, and you can have fun in this game. VR chat is not a game where you log in and you depend on the developers to make stuff for you, right? You have to make your own fun. I made this own set. I made this talk show, and I do it every day. The devs never said, Rebel, you should make a talk show. You should do this. You should interview people. No one ever told me to do that. I did that because I wanted to. So if you want to make content in this game, you go out there and do it yourself. And if you want to bring your friends along, then go ahead. You know, make a group of friends and, you know, make your own fun. That's what VR chat's about. It's a foundation, and you build upon it. That's what VR chat is. It's an important life lesson. I always try to stress that to people because I hate when people say there's nothing to do in VR chat. This game's not fun. I'm like, make it fun. Do something that's fun. Don't sit there and bitch and Hey, I'm a boomer, man. Hey, you're a boomer too. What do you mean?
Yeah, this is true. This is true. I'm also all the kids that join this game, they're like, oh, I just get on the boy club and I try to get some ERP.
I stare at the mirror 6 hours a day, dude. I don't know what to do, man. I'm bored. It's like, well, make it fun, dude. Come on, like, do something, bro. I'm not saying you have to do everything for content, but like, there's definitely so many different things that probably have never streamed or never recorded that people like get together and just have fun together. There's definitely hundreds people right now are probably in some private world having fun, screwing around or whatever they're doing. As long as they're having fun, that's all that matters. And I feel like there's too many people like waiting for something to happen, because I feel like a lot of people wait for like the good maps or whatever to be made. It's like, no, just make your own, or just like have fun with what you're given, man. I guarantee you, man, if someone really wanted to, they could probably make a roleplay in the fucking lag-free box, and it'd probably be something that 1,000 people would watch if it's done good enough. Like, don't wait for
the box.
I guarantee, dude.
That's going a bit far, Rebel.
Listen, man.
I don't know about the box.
Listen, you don't even know, dude. You know Zertmet? Zertmet made a club in the like-free box. He made an avatar that spawns in, like...
I know that. You fall off the map and whatnot.
Yeah,
I'm
secret. The secret club.
That's the... Yeah.
Listen,
you have to,
listen.
No invite, no nothing. It's in public, so just join it.
Listen, man. If he can do that, if he can make a club under the like-free box, you can do anything, dude.
You're right. You're right.
Just gotta put your mind to it, man. I'm just saying.
Good shit.
VR chat is fun. I made a lot of friends and almost always a good time. Of course. That's what it's all about. To be fair, Kim is really good at roleplay. Well, I mean, he's probably been doing it for like more than half his life. So if he was bad at roleplay, that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, if it's his job, dude, he better be fucking good at it.
Exactly.
He knows he's gotta be good at it. That's his livelihood on the line. I bet, dude.
Of course.
When I tuned into the Ascension RP, like I saw a bit of that stuff, and he's really good, like teaching stuff and whatnot, because you know he kind of directs the role.
He has to make
in a way that he's not controlling it, but like he's watching to make sure that nothing too stupid goes south. At the same time, guiding other role players that can like learn from him. He's not like forcing it. He's just because that's forcing power gaming. That's power gaming. You can't do that.
He got so like for forbidden knowledge, he would go invisible and be like a narrator sometimes. And he would like whisper in my ear
Hell yeah.
and be like, your dead wife is like inside that sword. Her soul is trapped in the sword, and you're like, my wife. I'd be like, my wife, she's dead. So
Oh, that's great then. It's just, I look up to him. I would say people look up to him well as like a nurturer, a guide of like just general RP and just in general, because that's his job. So it would be good that people put their faith in him whenever he's just like just doing the RP, whatever he does, and he's a good ranger, like you said. He's a good leader. If anyone can do it, he can do it and whatnot. And same with the other guy. Like, just put your mind to it. You can do it. It's like Thomas Tank, dude. Just get your own branch line and fucking do it.
Yeah. We're gonna start taking some questions from the chat, but I think didn't you say to me that you wanted to talk about some serious stuff? So what kind of serious stuff you want to talk about in VR chat?
Yeah, I debated this with myself.
Okay.
I didn't know if I really wanted to like go hardcore.
It depends.
Like I already mentioned, the whole issue with just like hackers and crashes the game, whatnot. Like that was part of it, but also just I wanted to like maybe not try and give advice, but just take it from a boomer who streamed this game for a year and just stopped because I got very bored of it really quickly. Mm-hmm. I just wanted to inform people of what they're getting into when they stream VR chat and try to make it on VR chat now. I want to use myself as an example. At the same time, I can't, because I grew from entire luck. Like, the VR chat keyword went popular right as I started making content on VR chat. Without the two, I wouldn't have been as big as I was today. So I just rode the wave of prosperity and happiness and popularity, and now here I am today. But I wanted to tell people that are starting VR chat and just getting into it late in the game, you are not gonna have it easy. As me, as Rebel, as Curry, as any other streamer that streams VR chat, you are not gonna have it easy unless you are gifted and special and have a good plan of what you're getting into for content. Because if you don't have a plan, and you think mirror streams and talking to chat and doing this whole thing, no offense to Rebel, you're doing this. You're a master at the craft, but like that's not gonna take you. I know that's not gonna take you on the journey you want to now.
Of course,
you need to have something more interesting, like doing in the just streaming this game, because streamers, we quickly burnt out this game. Like I would say from November last year, we quickly burnt this game of all its content. Like it was so standard and oversaturated from there onwards that people now coming into the game wanting to do the whole model stream and just talk to chat and have a good time, it's not working for them, and then they go to Twitter to complain. And I see this a lot, even with friends that didn't have success streaming this game. They'll be like complaining and saying, my audience isn't being there for me. They said they'd be there no matter what. I streamed this game, blah, 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 blah. Tough luck. Like, if it doesn't work, try something else. Like, if streaming your model and streaming, Mirror Simulator and going to the Void to, get your ass slapped isn't working for your stream, then maybe look into something else. You could do a stream where you're learning to create your model. Like your avatar creator gives you your model, and you're learning how to like add colliders and meshes and all that sort of thing. And then you could also do stuff like RP, like you try out the RP route. If that doesn't work, you have so many options in this game. And just like I see people that try and do the lowest of the low. Well, I would consider lowest of the low, which is titty model streaming. Like, to me, that's the reason I stopped playing this game, is because that's all people from my Twitch chat came for, was my titty model. I proved this by moving straight to Dead by Daylight, still doing the voice, using Suva every so often, but my views dropped pretty much 50%. They came because there was a titty girl on the screen.
Nice.
Not because of me. And to me, I was just like, I don't want to be that type of person. I don't want to be the person where you're only coming to see, to get hard, okay? I want to be the person you come to when you want a good moment to laugh, you see something new. And that's why I changed to Dead by Daylight, because Dead by Daylight, before I played VR Chat, was the game that I played. It was a game I was good at, or semi-decent at. I would say I'm pretty decent at it now. I have a general good game sense and a general good knowledge of the game. And that's why I started streaming that, because it was something that I was good at before. VR chat. Now coming into it, I've had a very warm welcome from the Dead by Daylight community. Even I've had some devs just lurking in the stream. Sometimes I've had a lot of very, very nice small and large content creators from Dead by Daylight come and check out the stream, because like they see my name, like they've versed me as killer or play with me as survivor, and it's like, oh, you're that guy. It's like, I know you now. It's good to put the pieces together. And so I started doing the Dead by Daylight route because VR chat I didn't have a feel for anymore, because I couldn't get over the fact that this was entertainment for 50% of my viewers. Me doing this with my camera over here, me switching angles and just being in full body and dancing around in a very not wholesome avatar, that was content. And now Twitch has said it's a very gray area. At least there's rumors from Twitch saying that type of content is very gray and you could get banned for it. So I'm not taking a risk anymore. So I moved to off from VR chat to Dead by Daylight, and that's what I do. I had to just make that split-second decision, being like, okay, I'm gonna switch now. This is my new content. If you don't like it, get the fuck out. Like, I'm gonna do what makes me happy, and what made me happy was getting to a game that I haven't played in a while, meeting new people, trying out new things, becoming a Huntress main on DBD, and now I still play VR chat. Don't get me wrong, VR chat's still very fun to play and very fun to hop on with friends and do podcasts like this and late nights and all that sort of thing. But it's just, for me, content quickly just stopped being content in this game once it became very oversaturated and pretty much the same thing every stream. And a lot of sleep streams as well. That's another thing I wanted to talk about, but I didn't want to shit on people that do the whole sleep stream, but to me, it was just, I saw those streams. I was like, if your chat's entertained by you sleeping in a lolly or an adult avatar, go for it. But at the same time, you can do so much better than sleep. You can really just if you put your mind to it, you can do anything. Like Rebel said, it's just don't go for the easy route. Challenge yourself. Like, do something new. I gave up my YouTube channel and VR chat to stream DBD and start a second channel and do that whole thing, because that's what I wanted to do. It's what if there's no other content around on VR chat that I could see, I'm just like, okay, if I can't trap people in public worlds, which is my main source of content, and I don't want to stream reading chat simulator or sleeping on stream, then I'm going to do something else. So I just cleared it from my list. I'm like, done. And moved to Dead by Daylight. And that's my story from, no longer being VR chat content creator, still playing VR chat regularly, and now being a full-time Dead by Daylight streamer.
I understand.
Yeah, I hope I didn't say anything too offensive.
Oh, no, you didn't say anything. No, you're fine, dude. Come
like,
on, man.
You're a very entertaining guy. I just like your voice. It's very dry and very, I would say it's a manly spokesperson
I got the direst voice, dude.
Yeah, that's a good way of saying it. But to me, that's entertaining. So I come mainly because Rebel's sexy voice.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate that.
I think a lot of voice streamers, a lot of voice streamers have it really good in this game. If you have a good voice and you stream VR chat, like, you can go pretty far. I'm telling you that right now. If you can narrate, be funny in a public world, and somehow not be a toxic environment, like, you can have a very fun time. Like, there's a lot of voice acting content on VR chat that started popping up and recommended recently. Yeah. Some very good stuff. Like, there's a good chance that you could grow from that as well, and not just sleeping on stream.
I will say this. I don't take any offense, man. I got a thick skin. I'm almost 25 years old, man. I don't think anyone on the internet saying into my face or typing in the chat's going to really offend me, to be honest with you here. Come on. I've seen a lot more things. But, I mean, you're not wrong. Like, I do see that a lot of people, I'm not saying I'm the first. Obviously, I'm not. Like, obviously, I after streaming, before, like, these interviews, I literally just talk to my chat and chill. It's because I'm thinking a lot. Like, in the back of my mind, I actually have some I have some ideas for content, like, in the back of my head. I'm just waiting for, I'm waiting for Unity 2018 to hit, because when it hits, I know that I can do these things. And Udon, like, I'm actually waiting for these things. I've actually have some really good ideas. I'm just sitting on them for now. I don't want to tell people what they are, because if I do, I mean, what's the chance of someone watching and then yoinking my idea, and I'm like, oh shit, I don't want to be in that situation, so I'm sort of binding my time.
I've had a similar experience. Yes, yeah, I know what position you're in, but that's good. At least see what you're doing is you're preparing, because once all this stuff is happening, like the streaming now is still gonna pay off in future because of all these ideas that you've written down in your text edit or whatever.
Yeah.
Like it's gonna eventually get to the point where you're like, okay, now I can implement these ideas because you waited for the game to get fixed.
Or at least updated, but yeah. I mean, that's what I'm waiting for right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like by doing these interviews, I've met a lot of people, like new people I never would have met. I met a lot of VTubers and stuff like this because of these interviews and got to like know people. So like by doing these interviews, I've definitely connected with a lot more other people in this game, not just like YouTubers and streamers, but also just like people who make maps and worlds and stuff. And like people come on to talk about like, hey dude, I'm working on this really cool idea, and I'm like, oh cool, and then we give them more exposure. So like I'm not just benefiting myself, other people are as well. Excuse me.
Paying an exposure. Oh, yeah.
I mean, some people have gotten more exposure because of me being on this and like talking about whatever they're doing.
That's good. No, that's very good.
I'm sort of helping people out here and there.
Mutual benefits.
Exactly. Just have a good voice, so
Both
easy.
Profit.
Yeah, exactly. Just have a good voice, dude. Just drink a couple beers.
Like for me, that's another thing. Like for me, it was never easy. I have a shit voice. Like this is my normal voice. This is me talking to you right now. Before I sounded more South African. Like I had a full on South African accent, and this is what I sounded like. Okay, but I don't sound like it anymore because I'm American. But I had to train my voice for 3 years to get it to like a tone that I wanted for a female. This is just for female voice. This isn't even like my normal voice. Like I still sound like an absolute spastic right now. But like to become a female voice and just add accents to it, like I'll give you an example of it if you want, Rebel. I don't know.
Sure, it's up to you, man.
I'll give you guys an example from when I first started creating content, and in my opinion, what I call it now is the shitty Minnie Mouse lolly voice impression. Full name, don't even care, whatever. But this is the first voice I ever did. Not this voice I'm doing right now, but I'll give you an example right now, and then I'm gonna show you the perfected and then the god tier perfected, where I started adding accents to my female impressions. All right, let me get a drink. I need to warm up. No, water.
While he's preparing for that, if you guys have any questions, we'll just write them down. Think of some questions, and then right after, we'll take at least a couple questions in the chat.
Okay, let me give you the, okay. Number one, the shitty lonely voice, the one I stopped doing because my comment section quickly got filled with creepy individuals. But this is just an example.
I did, lolly impressions for 2017 all the way to, what was it? I think it was June?
So it's very groggly, very patchy, very,
Okay, then.
It's a shitty Minnie Mouse impression.
Yeah.
And that, my dear friends, worked on people. Really gullible people. That shitty voice. I shit you not. That stuff worked. Okay? And then gradually over time, I was just like, okay, I really want to move on from the lolly voice. I'm going to train it even more and harder. So then 6 months down the line, I started doing
a shyer type of voice, and I wouldn't talk too loudly, because if I did,
then I just my voice would get very I would say the pitch would shift really hard, and it would break, my voice would break like it's doing right now, because I've just done 2 voices. It's just very hard. And then the final product, which I use full time, is my perfected voice, where I can add accents to. I'll call it the Visco LA voice, because it literally sounds like a Visco girl. Like,
hi guys, it's me, your cute Trapman again. It is so good to be on this stream joined by Rebel. I will be taking over this podcast from now on.
And then you can add an accent to that. It's like,
yes, I'm British. I'm joined by Rebel today, and we're gonna have some tea and crumpets, and we're gonna have an absolutely fantastic time today.
And you just, that to me was just like, okay, I've hit a part where it's now really hard to train my voice for anything other than that. And I like that. And to me, that got me a lot of even better reactions in the past, because now it sounds so convincing. At least people tell me it sounds so convincing. Right now my voice is a little harsh, so it may not sound too well. But like, I've gotten way better reactions, and just, it's all about practicing for perfection. And you're not going to be perfect. You're still going to have to train harder even after that to maintain that voice. But it's all about, if you don't have a good voice, if you don't have a good narration voice, practice reading. I'll tell you something that really helps you out, especially in the voice acting industry, is reading. You have to read so much, because if you can't read a basic script of, say, 4, 5, 6 lines, then you are going to be fired on the spot every time you enter a booth, or you're trying to record something for Fiverr, your Fiverr account, or whatever. But you have to read. You have to learn how to just say things differently in a fearful tone, in a very straightforward tone, direct. You have to learn how to act, but with your voice, and at the same time read very proficiently, because if you can't read proficiently, you're not going to go very far as a VA. I tried doing a little stuff, just getting into the VA world and whatnot. Didn't go too far. I still do, I take voice acting commissions in my email, but it's not for voice, only female stuff. I could do, male stuff as well, and that's a little easier for me, but I'm really just trying to, the whole business sense, and my whole brand name goes around being Trapman. I'm the guy that does female impressions. That's what I do. That's how my whole brand was created to begin with. So it's not about, just having that golden voice. No one is born with okay, you have prodigies, okay? But prodigies are 1 out of 100,000 people, okay? So just practice, and you'll be on that same level as that prodigy that lives next door to you, and you won't be jealous of them anymore. But just, if you don't have that voice, practice for that voice. If you don't have that talent, practice for that talent. If you don't have that good working ethic, work hard, and you will get there. Just as Robo said, just nothing's really handed to you on a silver platter. You have to work for it. You have to just put your mind to it, and shit will happen. And that's the way of the world. Put your mind to it, shit will happen. Move on, have a good life, and then die.
Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's I always try to tell people that it's not just about VR chat or content creation. It's about anything in life. If you put enough time or effort into something, that you're probably going to be successful, or at least get good at it. So if that's voice training to sound like a girl, or making content, or whatever you're doing, the first time you're going to be shit at it. You think you're going to put the keys into a car and be I could drive a car now. No, it's not. You're going to practice. You're going to learn how to back up, do parking, whatever, dude. Anything in life, everybody has this. This is a universal skill that every human being has. It's repetition. You're going to get good at something eventually if you keep doing it. Whatever it is, man. Whatever that is. Cooking, cleaning, fishing, hunting, whatever it is, man. Whatever skill you're trying to obtain, if you keep practicing it, you'll get good at it. It's a fact.
Especially with instruments, never forget that. Practice makes perfect.
Exactly.
I know it's a stereotypical thing your teacher will say, but it's the most important lesson, is that you practice every day, or just so often that it just becomes embedded in your head to practice, even when you're not being taught anymore. For me, I still don't get taught. I don't get taught piano. It's been 2 years since I've been taught piano, but now I've developed a sense of I still play it to maintain practice, to keep my memory, just on and never failing, so I don't forget that instrument. Because if you stop playing for 2 years, then your muscle memory is not gonna come back as easy. I stopped playing piano for 2 months because I was moving to America, and that was very hard because my muscle memory couldn't remember where certain keys were. When I tried to play songs, I would have to always look at the sheet music because I forgot where everything was. So I'd have to go bar by bar and relearn it, which I never recommend. So if you want to play music like a god and whatnot, practice. Just practice. Don't give it up. If you don't want to do it, don't do it. But if your livelihood depends on it, do it. 100%.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue for a lot of people, especially content creators. They think they just you do something once, and if it doesn't work out, oh shit, I guess it didn't work out. Keep trying. I'm literally the embodiment of that. I'm playing this game literally for 2 years, streaming the game 2 years. I changed up my content literally 6 or 7 times. I've done so many different things in this game, and half the time, the stuff I did didn't work out. Like I didn't get any viewers. I didn't get any people care about my content. But the important thing was at least I tried and would be like, okay, that didn't work out. Let's try something else. That's what's important. I think a lot of people fail to realize about content creating or anything in general. Like, at least you can say, I tried. I did my best. It didn't work out. Let's move on to something else. And then you move on. It's the same thing with me going to college. I have a degree. Am I going to use the degree? Nope. But I'm going to try something. I'm going back to college in literally a week, and I'm going back to get a different degree into something else. At least I can say, I tried. That's what's important. Moving on and being like, okay, this didn't work out.
Or do not.
Yeah.
There is no try.
Just do it, honestly.
I changed.
Yeah, you changed models.
The onesie. Shoda.
We'll take a question.
This is me in real life, by the way. I wear a Kana onesie, and this is what I look like.
Have you ever considered voice acting? I think that's a question that you kind of already answered, but
yes. I still take voice acting commissions. Like, my email is open for people that want to pay me such and such for a line. I will give you my rate and all that sort of thing. Not officially. You have to understand, right now, I cannot do something when I've got so many different things going around me. I'm currently joining the military. I've got my Twitch streams. I've got YouTube. That's 3 things, and then voice acting on top of that. That's like a business I'd have to start whilst already running 2 businesses and joining the military.
yeah.
I can't get into it right now, but it's something I definitely considered earlier when I was just a baby YouTuber. When I was like 50,000 subscribers, it's definitely something I wanted to do. It's just my voice is shit, and I knew it was shit, but for some reason it worked on really gullible people, so I kept it up in VR chat. But yes, I definitely consider doing voice acting. I would love to be a VA. Like, that's my end goal. I would say for all of this, it's like, I love to be a really good VA, but I'm really, my weakness I would say just being a VA in general is I have a speech impediment, I have a really bad slur, and I do not proofread a lot of things. I am really bad at reading. So yeah, on that subject.
Oh, I stutter sometimes.
Police shit! They're outside my door. I'm just kidding. There's police engines all around me right now. But just yeah, for me, that is my weakness when it comes to being a VA. I can either put in the time, and I have all these different, just things that are holding me back. And I would say the main thing that's holding me back is my speech impediment that I have. I would stutter, I would slur, and if I'm in that box, like trying to, just read a line and I can't do it well, they're just gonna kick me out. So like, I won't. That's a path I will take later in life once I learn how to read more proficiently. And 100%, that is a dream of mine, is become a really good VA. But yeah, not now.
Okay. We'll take one more question from the chat. In the meantime, while people think of their questions, always have backup things to ask about. So what is one thing you would like to change about VRChat, or add a feature to VRChat?
Add a feature to VRChat. This is really, because I didn't, yeah, that's a good question. I know you asked it to a lot of people, but that's actually something I wasn't expecting, because if I had to add something to VRChat, something to VRChat. This is a very, very tough question, because I haven't thought too much about this game. I'm just kind of rolled with it, rolled with the punches, whatever they gave us. I would say give us a security update that fixes it. Give us developers with ears that will listen to the client users that are getting banned over and over again, that are trying to show you how the client works. And just give us the security update we need so content creators can go back to public worlds and not have an issue anymore with all these, I would say these obstructions that are in our path. Because I would like to come back to this game. I would like to stream this game again once I can just, get the content rolling on the ball. But for that, it requires public world. So just, I would want a good security update that fixes everything. I know it's more like a dream rather than like something to add, but like that's the whole dream that I would like added. At least my dream for VRChat is like perfect security, and just developers that won't start something like a dev stream, a weekly dev stream, and make it a yearly dev stream.
Damn, dude, got him.
It's funny because it's a fun fact about that. Is that I called the dev stream only lasting 4 weeks. It only lasted 4 weeks.
Yeah, they did it. They kept doing it, and then they just stopped. It was just like.
I called that on day 1 of the dev stream. I wrote it on Twitter, and I've been blocked by so many devs, and VRChat still doesn't follow me because I shit down their neck. Like, it's constructive criticism is what I'm getting. I'm like, this is not gonna last. I'm telling you right now, you as developers are not gonna do weekly update, videos. That's not gonna happen. You're just not. Like, you've been paid so much money, like you don't need to. It's a lot of these game companies as well. Just look at all these older games like League of Legends and whatnot. The reason why they're not making any newer games is because they're still eating the microtransactions you give them, and they're profiting from their previous games, so they don't want to put in the time. So I would watch a very long 40-minute documentary on just like why games are not coming out from older companies and whatnot that had very successful games like Half-Life 2, Half-Life 1.
Hey, Half-Life Alyx is coming out.
Half-Life 3. Yeah, but the reason they're not making it like a Half-Life 3 is because, they're still profiting from Gmod, previous games, and all that sort of thing. Like, why would they want to create a game when they're making all this money? Like, they're living it up. They're living it up, so they're happy. Same with League of Legends and all those major brands. They don't need to create anything new because
I think it depends.
You're still very powerful player base. Mm-hmm.
Because you say that, but Riot literally just announced they're going to make literally 5 different games.
Well, finally.
You didn't know that? I guess you haven't been paying attention, but they announced that like a couple months ago that that League, they were making an animated series. They're also making a fighting game. They're also making like a first-person shooter that kind of looks like Overwatch, but their own like version of it. And it's like 2 other games. So Riot, like literally after just only doing League of Legends and Team Fight TFT or whatever the fuck it's called, they literally just announced their no, it's a Team Fight Tactics. It's like a card. Team Fight Tactics, yeah, it was a very popular thing that came out earlier this year. And then
yeah, but how long did that take them? Goodness gracious.
I don't know, probably like 10 years.
Yeah, 10 years because they were still eating the money from their previous game.
Well, they used all the money.
Eventually, kids are gonna grow up and get jobs, right? We're not gonna have time to play the games that come out 10 years later.
I mean,
that's why a lot of the old generation gamers are like, pretty upset at these game companies for not giving them something new early on because they were still profiting from the first game that they ever released. It's a shame, but like Skyrim, like Skyrim. Look at Skyrim. Like, how many versions of Skyrim do they have? And just like they have really nothing new to offer.
Bethesda sucks, dude.
Yeah, Skyrim it's a great game, and it's the greatest game they made. And then just nothing
Fallout
else
76
came out after it. It's like disaster 76, dude. Oh me, yeah. It's just.
Oh yeah, and then what was it called? Blades. They made like a mobile game called Blades. It's like Skyrim for your phone. It was pretty terrible too. And they made some card game that was terrible. And then they made an MMO, and it was shit. And I think it's okay now, but it was.
But you think with like them having, giving them 10 years, they'd be able to like produce a different.
Oh, why would you?
Really,
come on, man.
4 or 5.
Blades was bad.
You need to. Because they're making so much money off their previous game.
Because, man, it's for Bethesda, dude. They cut corners, dude. Why do you think every Fallout and Skyrim or whatever Elder Scrolls games that ever come out, it's like a laggy piece of shit in day one? Because they just rush out a product. They don't care as long as they're making money. And Todd Howard says, "Buy the new game," and everyone's like, "Oh yeah, Todd Howard, woo! Sign my shirt." Anyway, it's because everything is on old ass engine. Well, we'll see, man. We'll see with Elder Scrolls 6.
Engine, make a new one. You have 10 years to make a new engine. Fuck. Oh man.
The funniest part was the Game of the Year nomination was Outer Worlds, which is made by Obsidian Studios, and that was the company that made Fallout 1 and Fallout 2, and they branched off because they sold the rights to Fallout to Bethesda, and they made Fallout 3. Obsidian Studios has been living under a rock for the past 10-15 years. They rebranded their company, and they made Outer Worlds, and that was supposed to be like their version of Fallout, and it was nominated for Game of the Year, and Fallout 4 and 76 was not. So that's to really prove the competent game devs can make a really good game. Bethesda has a stupid amount of money, and they could have made a really good game that could have been Game of the Year, but a smaller company that made Fallout 1 and 2 made a way better game, and it was nominated for Game of the Year. Outer Worlds.
Some devs just still have that passion to make video games, despite, being stupid fucking rich. Stupid, and I mean stupid rich. Bethesda, stupid rich. Like, there are just so many devs that are stupid rich that no longer want to put in the time to video games. And this is like, no offense to them, but, you're saying fuck you to your fan base and fuck you to, like, future games and whatnot, because what you're creating is shit instead of, like, making sequels. Like, the reason Outer Worlds got it was because it's a smaller dev team, for one, and they put in the work. They wanted to create something that was different from their previous
they couldn't make
other games.
They couldn't make Fallout because they don't own the rights to it anymore, so they made their own space Fallout game thing.
Yeah. And that worked very well because it brought back a sense of nostalgia for people who are like, that old Fallout studio and whatnot, and they did a very good job making it. So hell yeah, Game of the Year, most definitely.
Oh, it didn't win Game of the Year. It just got nominated.
Well, not Game of the Year, but nominated.
Yeah.
Yeah, still insane that it's in that nomination category.
Exactly. I think we'll wrap it up here. We've been going for almost an hour and a half now.
Okay.
All right, so I'll put the camera on you. That means that you can say what you want, man. If you want to plug yourself, anything you're working on, projects, stream, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube.
I'm just a guy. I'm just a fellow VR enthusiast. If you want to check me out, I'll just type in chat when the stream ends, and my stream is there and whatnot. My YouTube, my blinks, blah 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 blah. But back to you.
Oh, okay.
You're the focus of the stream. It's your content.
Okay, sure.
I'm here to do your shit.
I always give people literally 2 minutes to talk about themselves, because some people are like, "Who's this person you're interviewing? I don't know who they are." And then sometimes they get like I don't know, like 20 new followers and a bunch of new viewers.
I'm just a guy.
Okay. I always let people. Anyway, I guess I'll wrap it up.
Yeah.
All right. So welcome. Thank you so much again for stopping by, Tosha. I appreciate it.
Yes.
I am that one rebel. I do these talk shows.
Finally do this.
Yeah, after a long time. I do these talk shows almost every single day. I'm kind of crazy for doing it like that. I guess it's kind of like the VR Jimmy Fallon or the Conan O'Brien of VR chat. I guess kind of, sort of, not really, but in a way.
That works.
Yeah, and I just enjoy what I do, what I love, and I just do interviews and talk to people for an hour or so, and that's about it. And then I just talk to my chat. That's about it. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, my man. And one last thing before you go, I always take whatchamacallit's a selfie with my guests.
Selfies.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
You need to. Yeah, it's fine. I'm just turning off the chairs because whenever I try and do an emote, I sit in the chair and it's just, not a good time.
All right.
I try and emote. Don't worry, I can. Oh wait. Oh, okay, that works, I guess. Yeah, there's an invisible collider there. Nobody knows about it. Whoa, shit.
Oh, heck yeah.
We'll take two. Always take two. Pro tip, by the way.
Mm-hmm. Just put my hand on your shoulder.
Oh, thanks. I can feel it. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate it.
Phantom Sense for dead.
Yeah, dude. I wish I had Phantom Sense, but maybe not. I don't know. Whatever. I don't have it, so it's whatever.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I'll see you later, my man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it was awesome. Thanks for having me on. So I
of course.
Just, shit on beer.
Of course, same. Relatable. Alright, I'm off to stream. Alright, I'll see you later.